Hello everybody, my name is Ilya.
And my name is Tyler. Together we make up Kovray, a couple that loves to play board games.
And today I'll be telling you about a secret board game
called Secret Societies.
And it was a secret, but now it's no longer, because it's here.
And that's why you're watching this video, because you want to learn more. Secret Societies is designed by Sam McDonald and it's published by Garphill Games, who helps sponsor this video.
Let's jump to the table and let's learn how to play. In Secret Societies, you'll take a role of a secret society hoping to acquire ultimate power by participating in an auction for the world's territories. This game takes place over 7 rounds, each with numerous phases as guided by the agenda. Each round will begin with you gaining income. Then you'll reveal deed cards on which you'll be bidding for the round and proceed to bid for the territories. When bidding, you'll take a card from your hand and bid on any of the deed cards. You can additionally stack coins on top of the card to increase your bid. You'll do this twice around, and of your 2 bids, you may place 1 card face down so your opponents cannot tell how much you're bidding. You can still stack coins regardless if your bid is face up or face down. Just make sure to follow the limit on the card. In addition to bidding, throughout the game you may acquire agents, which you'll also play on the deed cards themselves. Agents will allow you to swap one of your bids to where the agent is at the end of this phase. Now, after everyone has placed their 2 bids, you'll optionally use the agents and proceed to the resolution phase. Here you'll resolve each of the deed cards one by one. When resolving, win or lose, you may be able to receive a bonus from your bid card. The winner of the auction will then pay the coin values on the card and collect the deed to their player board. Now, when collecting deed cards, you may choose if you want to place them above or below your player board, which will grant you different resources. Additionally, sometimes the deed card will be an island, which will grant you an additional bonus. And if your deed card shares a border with any deed card you previously collected, you'll move along the satellite track and obtain the corresponding bonuses. One of the bonuses on the satellite track is gaining a star, which will grant you all sorts of different effects depending on where you place the star. And the more you place, the more victory points you'll score at the end of the game. Now, why collect deed cards? Well, you'll do it for the resources such as land, population, and industry. You'll also want to balance collecting a variety and one of the same type to increase the amount of power you'll obtain. As every time you place a 4th card in a row, you'll gain a trade route, and every time you collect a set amount of cards in a region, you may be able to claim a monument. After the deed cards have been resolved, depending on the round, you may see an event or a conference, which is a competition for majority between you and other secret societies. You'll know what these are and when they're coming. Then you'll proceed to the growth phase. Here you'll utilize your land, population, and industry to build up your secret society. You'll invest in regions using land and industry to gain power at the end of the game for the specified regions. You can build up your treasury by spending land and industry, which will grant you power at the end of the game and better income throughout the game. And finally, you can utilize your land and population to start projects, which will provide you with all sorts of bonuses and abilities that will help you succeed. Now, most of the projects will be the same across all players, but you will have some specific to your secret society, and ones you can obtain from the main board throughout the game. With that said, you'll also notice that each secret society has their own power, abilities, and rules that change the game up. Utilize them to your advantage to further your cause. Now, you'll keep playing, advancing your secret society by claiming a variety of deed cards for 7 rounds. At this point, you'll score points for island majorities, monuments, investments, projects, income, stars, and trade routes you've obtained. The secret society with the most power claims complete dominance over the world.
And that's Secret Societies.
Will you be the Tech Bros? Or the Illuminati? Or the aliens? I like the reptilians.
There's a lot of different characters.
I can put on a mask, and then the reptile people are amongst us. You don't even know if it's me. Maybe I'm a reptile.
No, you are not.
Now, with the overview out of the way, let's talk about some of the key features in this game and see if it is a game that is up your alley.
Is it going to speak to you? Let's dive right in.
Starting with the first point, which is this is a Garphill game, but it certainly doesn't look like one.
Oh, definitely not.
I feel like this is very new for Garphill, which is really exciting. And when we first played this game, we were really curious of how will it land with everything else in the world of Garphill. And let me tell you, the combo-tastic interconnection all the various systems in the game,
Mm-hmm.
they're still here.
It does still exist, and the best part about this game, like a lot of the other Garphill games, is the more you play it, the better you get, and the farther along those tracks, and the more things you're able to fill up as you go throughout the game. It feels really rewarding to be able to come back to a game and know that you've done a bit better.
Yeah, and once you start playing the game, you begin to see all those interconnected pieces.
Mm-hmm.
And you begin to see the potential for strategy for next times. And you really see yourself learn in those moments as well. Throw in a little bit of asymmetry.
Yes.
With not only the various secret societies, but also the boards.
Yeah.
Because the sideboards of where you start off are slightly different as well. That paired together...
Lots of different combinations for your strategy to kind of evolve around.
Now, a lot of the strategy is really centered in your bids.
Mm-hmm.
What territories, what deed cards are you going to be bidding for? Because not only do they give you all the resources you'll be working with, the people, the industry, the land, they also help you realize your border and potential and the mapping of the world as well. Because if you start bordering everything together, you get those satellites. If you start getting those islands, you can potentially scale up those bonuses. Put the right projects to work and your strategy just popping off.
Exactly, yes. And of course, you're going to have these moments where you're basically trying to outbid other players, but at the same time, this game does what I really appreciate in bidding is if you lose, there is cards that are beneficial or will give you something for losing that bid. So you're not stuck with nothing, which is really great, and you're able to keep your strategy going even if it isn't like the most ideal situation that you come out from.
There's also predictability in this type of bidding. There's only 2 bids that everyone's going to be making.
Well, there are ways to get a couple more.
There's asymmetries and caveats with everything.
Yes.
That is true. But generally, there's 2 bids that you'll be making, and generally, one of them will be face up and one of them will be face down.
Yes.
So you have that general idea right off the bat of like, I know what this person's bidding here. I don't know what they're bidding here, but it could be these things. And the range of what it could be is fairly narrow because you know the max amount of coins they're able to put on, you know the max value they have. So you in theory could still outbid them with that information, especially if you put both your cards in there as well.
Oh yeah, exactly. Well, and then I would also argue that you can see that you're going to lose a space, and if you really need that last minute resource or whatever your card may give you, you can just toss it into a space for the where your bidding is happening, where you are going to end up losing that bid, and it can end up in your favor.
Everybody loves a favor. That paired with the many events that are thrown into the game, the way you collect various deed cards as well, because if you get that row, you get that trade route. If you get those columns, you get monuments. There's so many different pathways you can choose to take in this game, and all of them generally feel really good.
Yes, I will say that it may get a little overwhelming in whether or not which ones you should go for, but that's the fun discovery aspect of this game, is really learning how to hone in on certain things given what you start with or given what you're able to win the first couple of bids, because that can kind of really form your strategy moving forward. That being said, the game does ease you into it by trying to set you up for this at this baseline. Everybody is at the exact same space. It's procedural in the sense where you are following along with these cards that are in the center, and everybody is basically on a level playing field. And from there, it's your job to see what other people are doing, see what you're able to pick up on, and adjust your strategy from there.
I do love the thematic integration of the round overview.
It does work, yeah.
Because the agendas come out, and this is the agenda for the table.
Yeah.
This is what we'll be doing here as all of us secret societies. And you can, if you ever lost in what are we doing, what's coming up next, is there a bonus like this round, you can look at that agenda card, you can come back to it, and you can really center yourself and figure out what the next steps for you are.
Yeah, exactly.
Well, we talked about the baseline strategy, but let's address the elephant in the room. The secret societies.
Yeah, the asymmetry that this brings on.
Each of them does their own separate thing, which is really neat. For example, the aliens, all of a sudden there's a planet as well that you can vote for, you can bid for, but only if you have a certain amount of money.
Yeah, it actually works out really well for the aliens because you're kind of like sharing the love, but you're also getting paid for all of this if you do end up getting this planet bought from you.
Must be nice.
Lots of money.
And reptilians take other players' bid cards and they can bid them as their own. They'll put the little mask on. The stonesmith can peek at the secret deed card that no one else can look at. The vampires can look at other people's cards as well. Every single secret society has something to specialize in, and leaning into it is a really fun aspect, thematic aspect of this game.
Yeah, 100%. You have to make sure you're definitely getting those abilities too to fully utilize the class that you are in. That would be my strategy tip for any of those out there.
Yeah, prioritize them early. Get those land, get those people, put them to use. Get those projects up and running. Well, that in a nutshell is secret societies. You're taking on the role of a secret society. You're trying to get that power. You're trying to get that dominance through so many different ways.
Yes, yeah. With bidding at its core, with a little bit of a twist, I think that this game offers a lot of different strategy, eases you into it, but also offers this game that is that definitely has its learning curve. In the best way possible, I think, where you play and you feel like you can get better every single time you do. It plays up to 5 players, which is awesome for a heavier game if you're interested in it.
But there's also 8 factions.
Exactly.
So it's always a little bit different.
Yeah.
Now, with all that said, who do we think this game is for?
I think if you're familiar with the Garphill games, I think you'll really like this one as well. There's a lot going on with it.
Yeah, it's a fairly complex game. The overview and how the game eases you into it is not that overwhelming, but seeing how all the systems interconnect with one another, that's where the complexity really comes in. But where this game also shines is thematic integration of this game. You could come to the table dressed as a secret society.
I suppose so, yeah.
You could do some lizard prosthetics, some makeup, and really lean into that whole aspect, because it does feel like you're sitting here competing with other secret societies for world dominance.
Yeah, I agree.
So if you want world dominance, maybe this game's for you.
If you want a taste of world dominance, I guess, sure. Secret societies is great.
But if you enjoy the mechanics, if you enjoy the bidding, everything that we talked about today, this game may be for you. With all that said, if you want to learn more, you can check out the crowdfunding page
down below.
And if you have any questions, ask us.
Exactly.
We played this game at 5. It took us a while to get all into it, but it was a lot of fun.
Yeah, it was fun. It's good to explore this type of game, and it's good to come back to because I want to see how much better I've gotten since the last time we played this. But if you liked this video, make sure you hit that thumbs up button, hit that subscribe button if you're new here, because we love talking about board games.
And hit that little bell, because then you know when our next videos come out, we can all partake in the joy of board gaming.
Yes.
Now, you know the 8 secret societies in this game. For our question of the day, what other secret society would you like to see involved?
Oh, what would be the 9th secret society?
What is it?
Let us know
in the comments below.
Yes, exactly.
Well, thank you so much for watching, and we'll catch you
in the next one. Bye!